If you live in a coastal area, you're probably asking yourself, when is that next hurricane going to pop up and come right over me? And if you don't have hurricane shutters on your home, you're also going, maybe I need to start looking into some hurricane protection. Well, you've gone down this rabbit hole, you've searched the internet, now you've landed on my YouTube video or website while watching this video. And in this video, I'm going to break down what drives up and down the cost of a classic roll down aluminum hurricane shutter, which is the most popular product when it comes to protecting your home from hurricanes. Before I get into all the details, I got to tell you who I am. I'm Will Hardison, one of the founders of Creative Outdoor Solutions. We are the fastest growing hurricane shutter, screen, and retractable awning installer based out of Wilmington, North Carolina, covering all of Wilmington and surrounding areas. And in this video, I'm going to break down all the factors that drive up and down the price of a roll shutter. Let's start with size. Like anything, the larger, wider, taller, all the things that you get, the higher the price point. A 3-foot wide by 5-foot tall aluminum roll down shutter is going to be less expensive than covering a 10-foot span that is also 5 feet tall. More width and height means more aluminum for production and manufacturing. So therefore, your price is going to drive up the larger and taller that opening is. Now, you don't have to do individual shutters for every single window on your home. For example, you can save money if you have 3 smaller windows that are side by side by side. You don't have to do 3 individual roll down shutters. You can do one that spans all 3 of those windows. So you're saving on rails, multiple motors if you get them motorized, and you're doing one unit that rolls down all 3 and covers all 3 of those windows. Next, let's talk about the hood and rail construction. Every single aluminum roll down shutter is going to have a hood box up top and rails that guide that shutter down. The biggest difference in price is the quality of the aluminum that is used. Some manufacturers source really nice, high-quality aluminum. Other manufacturers source low-end, thin, cheap aluminum from overseas countries. So make sure that you ask when you get an estimate from your local hurricane shutter installer about the quality of the aluminum that is used to make that shutter. Let's talk about the overall design and engineering of the shutters. This also drives up and down the price. Some companies invest heavily into research and development, making sure their shutters are going to work and last a lifetime. Other companies skimp out on this and just make sure they're going to last for a season or two. Think about the vacuum industry. Every vacuum sucks, but Dyson spent more energy, time, and money into research and development so that their vacuums suck even more. Next up, we have slat thickness. So the slat is the actual piece of aluminum that is rolling down. Different thicknesses come with different shutters. Most manufacturers will use a minimum of a 55 millimeter thick slat. We use a 63 millimeter thick slat, so that price is going to adjust a little bit, but you get that added layer of benefit. Some companies have double-walled slats. If you live in the coastal area of North Carolina, the double-wall slat is a bit of an overkill. But if you are that person that just wants that extra peace of mind, just keep in mind that you are paying for double-sided aluminum slats instead of just one. Let's talk about operation type for a roll-down shutter. You have 2 different operation types. You have manual, you have motorized. Underneath the manual operation, you have 2 options there. You have a manual crank, which you're going to get a crank pole. You crank that bad boy up and down when a storm is coming. Then there's also a spring-loaded, tension-pulled system. From a pricing standpoint, the crank manual option is the least expensive. Then you step up into the spring-loaded because you are paying for the nice heavy-duty springs that keep the tension on that shutter. It is super easy to raise and lower, but that is a little bit more costly. Finally, you move up into a motorized unit. Now, the motors aren't that bad, to be quite honest with you. If you are looking for something that is the easiest for operating your shutters, motorized is the way to go. The other benefit of motorized is you can actually tie all of those motors to an app on your phone. Let's say that your coastal property is not your full-time residence. You wake up, you see that a storm is coming, you hit a button on your app, and all of your storm shutters will lower down and completely enclose your entire property, protecting it from that potential storm that is coming. I've got 2 more points for you. Second to last is shipping. Every manufacturer has different ways of shipping. Some companies own their own trucks. Some companies use third-party shipping, logistics companies to ship shutters. Think about it. Shutters are heavy, they're big, they take a lot of room. Our stuff shows up in a giant 18-wheeler. We have to use a forklift to get it off of that truck. There's a lot that goes into it. But our shipping costs are actually down because the company we order from owns their own trucks. Third-party logistics companies, they charge an arm and a leg to send this stuff. So make sure when you're getting an estimate that you ask that company, does this price include shipping, or am I going to get a surprised, oh, hey, shipping these things were an extra $2,500 added to your bill at the end of installation? And finally, cost driving factor is the installation. Installs can be super simple or they can be extremely complicated. Ground floor level, 6-foot ladders, very easy. When you start working on the coast and you've got to go up 3 stories and you need a lift, or 36-foot ladders, all the things, that does drive up the cost of installation. So when you are looking at your estimate, make sure, again, you are asking if this includes any extra lift rentals, installation, extra manpower to get the job done. I hope you found this video helpful. In summary, you're looking at the size, the quality of materials, how thick the slat is, if it's manual, motorized, how it ships to you, and the crew that's going to install it. If everything is all bundled together, that is going to determine your final price. If you are at all interested in a free consultation or just have more questions for me, feel free to send me a text or call me 910-212-6306. I would be more than happy to come out to your property, measure, and give you a free consultation.